Have you ever felt like your soul was awake, but the world around you was asleep? Like your heart aches for something higher, something beyond this dunya? Maybe you've had moments where a verse from the Quran hits you so deeply, it feels like it was revealed just for you. Or you see signs in your dreams, hear your name in du'as, feel pulled toward Allah in ways you can't explain. This isn't random. You're not strange. You're being called. There are people on this earth whose hearts were chosen for something greater, silent warriors of the unseen. And if you're watching this, it may not be by accident. This message, this reminder, was written for the seekers, the soft-hearted, the ones walking the path in secret. So before you scroll, ask yourself, what if this is a sign? Before we dive in. If you've ever felt like Allah was guiding you at just the right moment, drop A in the comments. Let's see how many hearts are truly seeking Him today. Your like, your comment, even one share could be the light that guides someone else. And if you're here, it's not by accident. This message reached you for a reason. He was just 17 when the dream started. Every night the same thing. He'd be walking through a quiet, empty street, no people, no sound, just a faint light flickering in the distance. He never reached it. He'd wake up confused, heart pounding, wondering why it felt so real. His family brushed it off. Maybe it's stress, they said. But deep down he knew it meant something. Then, one night, the dream changed. This time he reached the light. And what he saw wasn't a place. It was a prayer mat, perfectly laid out, glowing under the moonlight. He stood there speechless until a voice said, "You've been called. Don't ignore it again." That night he woke up shaking, made a wudu with trembling hands, and for the first time in months he prayed. And as his forehead touched the ground, he cried like a child coming home. It wasn't just a dream, it was a wake-up call. From that moment, his heart never felt empty again. Sometimes Allah sends signs not through words, but through silence, through dreams, through feelings we can't explain, through the quiet tug in your chest that says, it's time to return. 1. Deep intuition. There are moments in life when the heart whispers before the mind can catch up. A quiet knowing that speaks not with words, but with a force that feels ancient, rooted, divine. This is deep intuition, a silent companion often unnoticed, yet always present for those who pause to feel. Some call it a gut feeling, a strange pull when something is wrong, even when everything seems right. It's not fear, it's not logic, it's something deeper, something that warns, protects, or encourages even when the path is unclear. The believer, tuned into the subtle signs of Allah, learns to trust that this voice is not theirs alone. It is inspired, a mercy. Then come the dreams. Not every night, but in sacred moments, dreams arrive wrapped in meanings, a face, a light, a journey. They feel more real than waking life, leaving behind traces in the heart. The Prophet told us that true dreams are a portion of prophethood, and for the believer with sincerity and taqwa, these visions become signs, not just imaginations, but messages. Some dreams are warnings, others are answers, and some simply remind us that Allah sees us, even in sleep. As life brings choices and challenges, there's something that pulls the heart in one direction and closes it off from another. It isn't just logic, it isn't just emotion. It's like a compass inside the soul, pointing not to north, but to truth. It says this is the way, even when it's the harder way, even when no one else understands. That is deep intuition, a gift from Allah to the heart that is open, the mind that is humble, and the soul that is connected. It is not magic, nor mystery, but a sign of closeness, a whisper of the unseen guiding the steps of those who walk with faith. 2. Healing empathy. There are hearts that don't merely see pain, they feel it. A soul with healing empathy is like a mirror to the wounds of others. When someone cries, it's as if their tears roll down this heart too. It's not sympathy, it's not just compassion, it's an echo of the pain, felt deeply, silently, sincerely. These people walk among us like gentle lanterns. They don't need to speak much. Their presence alone brings comfort. A look from them can feel like a hug. Their words, soft, measured, sincere, carry healing. Their hands, whether raised in dua or gently laid upon a shoulder, transmit a mercy that cannot be explained. Even in their silence there is a kind of soothing, like the calm after rain. But often those who carry healing forget to heal themselves. They pour into others until they are empty. They carry burdens not meant for them, and in the process they bend under invisible weights. Allah, the Most Merciful, reminds us to care for ourselves, not from selfishness, but from knowing that a full cup nourishes more than an empty one. Healing hearts must guard their own space. They must rest. They must pray. They must cry to Allah the way others cry to them. If you are one of those souls, know this: your gift is sacred. But even the Prophet, peace be upon him, the most compassionate of all creation, had moments of solitude. He withdrew to the cave before he was ready to serve. He prayed through the night. He refilled himself from the source. You must too. Set your boundaries, not to push others away, but to remain a source of light when the world around you dims. And if someone like this has ever comforted you, make dua for them tonight. They might be carrying your pain in their chest, and you may never even know. 3. Communication with the divine. There are moments in a believer's life when the veil between the heavens and the earth feels thinner, when the soul senses something far greater than what the eyes can see. These are not coincidences, but divine appointments. A verse recited during prayer, a line in the Quran that mirrors your hidden thoughts, a dream that lingers with a strange clarity, or a sudden feeling of peace just when you're about to break. These are not random. These are signs, whispers from the unseen, messages from your Lord. In the quiet moments of sujud, when your forehead touches the earth, the heart sometimes hears what the ears do not. You feel understood. You feel heard. You feel answered. Even outside of formal worship, as you walk, as you breathe, as you look at the sky, there are signs. Allah says in the Quran, "We will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves, until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth." This divine connection is not limited to scholars or saints. It is a mercy open to every sincere seeker. And sometimes the believer becomes more than just a recipient. You start to carry the messages. What touched your soul now flows from your tongue. You remind your brother when he forgets. You comfort your sister with words you didn't even plan. Without realizing it, Allah uses you to bring His guidance to others. You become a vessel, a lantern in the dark. To communicate with the divine is not always about grand miracles. It is often about small signs, quiet moments, and a heart tuned to listen. It is the realization that your Rabb is never far, that He responds, that He guides, and that He chooses hearts to carry His light. 4. Clairvoyance and spiritual clarity. Clairvoyance and spiritual clarity are profound gifts that allow a person to perceive the deeper truths of the unseen world. Those blessed with this gift often find themselves able to sense hidden intentions and discern the true nature of people and situations. It's as if a veil is lifted from their perception, revealing layers of meaning that are not immediately visible to the ordinary eye. This heightened awareness allows them to detect the underlying motivations in others, offering a unique insight into their hearts and actions. In addition to this sharp sense of understanding, individuals with spiritual clarity often experience vivid dreams and visions that are rich in symbolic meaning. These dreams are not mere reflections of the subconscious mind, but can be direct messages from the spiritual realm. They may receive guidance, warnings, or glimpses of future events that carry significant weight. The visions they experience often offer wisdom that cannot be understood with the logical mind alone, compelling them to trust in a higher knowledge that transcends the ordinary. Through these dreams and visions, they gain a sense of connection to something greater, often feeling as if they are guided by divine forces. Equally significant is the ability to interpret the signs and patterns that emerge in daily life. People with spiritual clarity are particularly attuned to the synchronicities that occur around them, understanding that nothing is by chance. Whether it's a recurring symbol, a specific word that keeps appearing, or a certain event that unfolds at the right moment, they interpret these occurrences as signs with deeper meaning. Each sign serves as a puzzle piece, pointing them toward spiritual truths and divine guidance. They may see patterns in nature, encounters with people, or even in the mundane tasks of life that others overlook, but for them, these signs are sacred messages that guide their path. This gift leads them to understand that life is a tapestry woven with divine intention, and every thread, no matter how small, holds significance. Through clairvoyance and spiritual clarity, these individuals are able to perceive beyond the surface, guiding them to a deeper connection with Allah's wisdom and a clearer understanding of their spiritual journey. 5. Connection with a mission. In life, there are those who feel an undeniable pull, a sense that they are meant for something greater than ordinary existence. This feeling is not fleeting, it's a deep, almost unshakable conviction that there is more to life than what meets the eye. It's a spiritual stirring, a realization that the mundane is not enough to quench the soul's thirst for purpose. Those with this calling often look beyond the surface, searching for meaning, direction, and the larger significance of their existence. There's a constant longing for fulfillment that cannot be satisfied by material success or societal approval. Their hearts beat for something deeper, something more profound. This sense of purpose is not always clear from the start. It may manifest as a restless feeling, a discontentment with the routine of life. They are driven by an inner desire to serve, to make a difference, and to contribute to something larger than themselves. Whether through acts of charity, teaching, or even through quiet moments of reflection, those who are connected to their mission understand that their actions must align with their higher purpose. They feel the weight of this responsibility, knowing that it's not just a career or ambition. They're being called by something greater, something divine. But restlessness often accompanies this sense of calling. There is a dissatisfaction that lingers, a feeling of being incomplete until they are actively living out their mission. Without this alignment, life feels fragmented, and they may find themselves chasing fleeting pleasures or achievements, only to realize they still feel unfulfilled. The dissonance between their true calling and their current state of being creates a sense of inner conflict. It's not until they step into their purpose that this unrest begins to subside. For those on this path, the journey to discovering their mission can be long and sometimes challenging. It involves a deep introspection and courage to face what their heart truly desires. But when they finally find the courage to step into their calling, they experience a peace that comes from knowing they are living in alignment with their higher self and their divine purpose. This connection to their mission becomes the driving force behind everything they do, filling their life with meaning and fulfillment. 6. Protection and resilience. In life, we are often faced with hardships and challenges that seem insurmountable, yet they shape us into who we are meant to become. The beauty of life lies not in avoiding these difficulties, but in the strength we find to rise again, stronger and more resilient. Every trial, no matter how heavy, offers a hidden gift, an opportunity for growth and transformation. The key is to trust in Allah's plan, and to remember that after every hardship, ease is promised. This spiritual resilience is not built overnight, but through consistent faith and the ability to remain patient and steadfast in the face of adversity. When we face difficulties, there is an underlying sense of spiritual protection that can be felt, even in the darkest of times. It is a divine reassurance that Allah is always with us, watching over us, guiding us. This protection is not always visible, yet it manifests in the form of inner peace, clarity and strength during trials. The believer feels that despite the challenges they face, there is a higher power, a force beyond the human realm, providing comfort and assurance. It is this protection that makes us feel safe and secure, knowing that we are never alone in our struggles. It strengthens the heart and helps us to endure. Struggle, although difficult, teaches us invaluable lessons about strength and trust. Through every test, we learn to trust in Allah's wisdom, understanding that every hardship has a purpose. It is in these moments that our resilience is forged. Strength doesn't come from avoiding difficulties, but from enduring them with faith and patience. When faced with adversity, we learn to lean on our Creator, trusting that He will provide the strength we need to persevere. This trust becomes the foundation of our resilience, as we know that no matter how challenging life becomes, Allah's mercy and protection are always with us, and that is enough to keep us moving forward. Through struggle, we become more attuned to the inner power Allah has placed within us, allowing us to rise above any difficulty, no matter how overwhelming it may seem. 7. Spiritual return. Karma, cause, and effect. In the vast tapestry of life, the principle that energy given returns governs the flow of our interactions, shaping the outcomes we experience. What we send into the world, be it kindness, anger, or indifference, boomerangs back to us in ways we cannot always predict but must always acknowledge. This belief is rooted in the law of cause and effect, a spiritual law that underscores the fundamental truth that every action has a reaction, every thought a consequence. As Muslims, we understand this law in terms of Allah's justice, where even the smallest good deed is rewarded and every wrongdoing carries its own repercussions. Those who align themselves with this law do so with a deep understanding that every moment is an opportunity to plant seeds of goodness or negativity. The world around us operates on the principle that what we give, we will receive, whether it's in this life or the hereafter. Allah tells us in the Quran, "Whoever comes with a good deed will have 10 times as much." Quran 6:1-60. This is a reminder that the energy we put forth, whether in the form of charity, compassion, or positive intentions, will return to us manifold. Living by this principle requires a conscious effort to choose the path of kindness, integrity, and alignment with higher laws, which are reflective of Allah's commands. In every interaction, we must choose to act in ways that honor the divine, to be conscious of the energy we emit into the world. This means responding to challenges with patience, offering a smile to those around us, and making intentional choices that reflect our values. It's a path of consistency, where our actions are in harmony with the deeper truths that govern the universe. Choosing to walk this path is not always easy. It demands self-awareness and a willingness to act in alignment with our faith, even when the world around us may not encourage such behavior. But the reward is great. The effect of our choices, guided by kindness and integrity, is not only felt in the hearts of others, but also in the peace we cultivate within ourselves. By understanding the spiritual laws that govern reality, we tap into a higher source of energy, one that transcends the material and reaches into the eternal, bringing with it lasting peace and satisfaction. In the end, we are reminded that every act of goodness, no matter how small, is part of a greater divine plan. What we put into the universe, with sincerity and alignment to Allah's will, is what we will receive. And so we strive to embody the best of what Allah has commanded, knowing that the energy we give returns in ways that are beyond our comprehension, but ultimately lead us to a higher purpose. As we come to the end of this reflection, it's important to take a moment and truly digest what we've learned. Sometimes we go through life, chasing after the things that the world tells us to want: wealth, status, success. But if you stop for a moment and pay attention to the signs that surround you, you may begin to notice something more profound. Have you ever felt that tug in your heart? That sudden sense of clarity or direction, even when the path ahead seemed unclear? These aren't mere coincidences or fleeting emotions. They are signs from Allah guiding you toward your true purpose. Life can often feel overwhelming, and in moments of uncertainty we may question if we're truly on the right path. But if you take a step back and reflect on the times when your heart felt something others couldn't feel, or when a particular event or conversation touched your soul, it becomes evident that perhaps you weren't meant to blend in. Perhaps you weren't meant to walk the same path as everyone else. Allah, in His mercy, has gifted you with the sensitivity to perceive His guidance in ways that others may not. When you are called to something greater, whether it's to uplift others with your knowledge, to provide a listening ear, or to inspire those around you, understand that this is not a coincidence. Allah has chosen you. These moments of clarity, these signs that tug at your heart, are a form of mercy from Allah, reminding you of the purpose He has set for you in this world. They are invitations to align your actions with His will, to live in accordance with the values and teachings of Islam, and to strive for a higher purpose, one that extends beyond worldly desires and reaches into the eternal. If you reflect deeply, you'll see that your soul is not meant to settle for the ordinary. It is meant to rise above, to be a source of light for others, to guide those who may be lost or searching for meaning. When you embrace these signs, you are acknowledging the mercy of Allah, who gently nudges you toward a path that leads to ultimate success, not just in this world, but in the hereafter as well. So, when you face challenges or moments of doubt, remember that the signs are there. They are whispers from Allah, calling you to your purpose. Trust in this divine guidance and allow it to shape your journey. You are not just walking through life by chance. You are walking with purpose, and every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the ultimate reward that Allah has promised for those who strive with sincerity and devotion. As we come to the end of this reminder, I want you to reflect on the words you've heard today. This isn't just a video. It's a space where hearts meet, where believers gather to share and grow in their journey towards Allah. If this message resonated with you, I urge you to leave a comment below. Share your thoughts, your experiences, and the moments in your life when Allah's guidance touched your soul. You never know who might need to hear it, and your words might be the light someone else has been waiting for. If this reminder has inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone you care about. You never know who is searching for this exact message, someone who may need a gentle push toward Allah. Let's make this a space where we can all uplift one another, where we grow together, and where we remind each other of our true purpose. If you haven't already, please subscribe. This channel is here for a reason, to help guide and support you on your journey. We are all in this together, and your presence means the world. So, let's make it a space for the chosen ones to meet, connect, and grow. May Allah bless you and keep you steadfast. Ameen.